How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to replace a tie rod on a MK4 Volkswagen. Alright, this is my MK4 Golf. We're going to be replacing the passenger side inner and outer tie rods. So let's get started. For this job there is one specialty tool you'll need, and that is this. It is a inner tie rod removal kit. This one's pretty self-explanatory. You slide this onto the inside, you slide this over top of it, and then you pop the inner tie rod off with it. I'll show you how this works later in the video. So how do you tell if a tie rod is bad? And how do you tell if whether or not it's the inner or the outer tie rod? Well, let's take a look. Okay, so first we're going to test while the wheel is still on the car. We're going to grab the wheel at 3 and 9 and kind of wiggle it back and forth. I'm feeling a little bit of play here. Maybe you can see that on the camera. I'm not sure. Let's see. There's quite a bit of play here. So let's take the wheel off. Alright, so now that we have the wheel off, we can test to see whether or not it's the outer or the inner tie rod that's the problem. Alright, so we're going to move this back and forth again, and we're going to see where it's moving at. So I'm grabbing the knuckle where it meets the tie rod end, and I'm moving it back and forth to kind of visually gauge where the play is coming from. So we have a bit of play coming from this bushing here, which is probably not so good, but also I feel a little bit of play from that tie rod there. I can move this in and out here a lot more than I should be able to. Shouldn't be able to move this at all. This outer tie rod is still good, but I'm just going to be replacing everything, so it doesn't really matter. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to separate the outer tie rod from the inner tie rod. And this will screw up your alignment, so you will have to get an alignment after this is done. So something that you're going to want to do is turn the wheel all the way to the left so that this sticks this all the way out. So these boot clamps right here can be kind of a pain to remove, but I'm not even going to worry about trying to save them because I have the new ones that came with the kit, so I'm just going to take that right off. All right, there's that one. Well, that came loose a lot easier than expected. Okay, cool. Alright, now we just got to get this nut on the bottom here off. Also a lot easier than expected. Wow. All right. Got it. Now we can just spin this bad boy off. All right. Awesome. Don't really have a good way of showing you this, but I'm going to try and get that that clip off of the back one as well. You can see it's supposed to be this loose. So when I was taking this off, this nut didn't actually move. It seems to be pretty seized on there. So I'm going to cut the boot off to get it off, and then I'm going to leave the nut here. This is also going to help me when I adjust my new tie rods so that I can kind of get it in the right spot. Now we're going to take this off. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our inner tie rod removal tool end. We're going to slide it over the base of the tie rod here and slip our tool's handle right over top of it. Kind of get that in the right position. And then we're going to attach breaker bar to the inside here. And now we're just gonna, ow, hurt ourselves. But that pop that loose, and now this will just pop right off. All right, now we're gonna take our new inner tie rod and thread it in here. We're going to stick this on the end again. Figure it out. Got it. All right. Right, now we'll just tighten this boy down. All right, there we go. All right, so a helpful tip is to put this clamp on before you put it in there and then tighten it down when it's on there, because you're never going to be able to get this on without doing this. Or well, you might be able to, but it'll be a huge pain in the butt. All right, so this boot has a little groove here. You can see the new tie rod will have this little groove right here. Right there. That's where you're going to want to seat the outer edge of the boot. That looks about right. Now I'll thread the new outer tie rod end on. So now we've got the outer and the inner tie rod back on. We just need to get the back end of this boot right on there, and we should be pretty much good to go. To make it easier for us to get that back boot on, though, we're going to turn the wheel again, straighten it out a little bit so that it matches up a little bit better with the inside. So I don't really have any way of getting you guys a good angle on what's going on here while I'm also working on it. So you're guys just going to have to trust me that that's what I'm doing. Okay. So you probably can't really see this very well, but right here, is where I'm working, and I'm trying to do it as best as I can, but I can't really see it. Alright, so I got the inner side of the boot put back on, and everything looks pretty good. The alignment is going to be as close as I can get it until we can go take it into a shop to get an alignment done. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe if you're so inclined, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!